watching the Light TV show. I am Ife Aronokafo, and today I caught up with a friend, a long-time friend who's been outside the country for a while and doing well for himself, Mr. Emeka Nwokolo. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much, Ife.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
And it's been ages.
You look good too.
Thank you so much. Now, there's a lot to talk about, really, because when I chance on people who've been out of Nigeria, I'd like to know what the experience is like. Is it different from, being in Nigeria?
It's absolutely different because you know what it is, Ife, to leave your country where you were born. You grew up in that country. You went to your secondary, primary, and tertiary. You kind of got your tertiary. You went to your tertiary institution here, primary, secondary, and then you think that you want to start your life and stay here, and then something came up, maybe an opportunity for you to leave the country, and you find yourself in a white man's land where the culture is different, everything is different, the people, and then it's like you're starting life all over again, So it's a very big task. It's not really easy.
Okay, the fact that it's not really easy, does it make it undesirable? Do you feel like you want to come back home?
Well, a lot of people that are there get frustrated and they say they want to go back home, but it's a little bit better in this place. It depends, because most people, they travel abroad with this. We have a lot of different ambitions. Everybody travels for a reason. So the reason I'm traveling abroad is different from the reason why Mr. A or B is traveling abroad. Some of them are going there for fraud, drugs and stuff like that, while some of them are there to make genuine money, go to school, get a job, and be responsible in society. So I think I fall in the category of those that want to go abroad, go to school, get a job, and get a better life. So it's not really easy, but we're pushing it.
Now, talking about defining one's purpose, where does it start? Is it before going outside, or maybe when one has gone outside and seen the opportunities possible?
Well, a lot of people have this, belief that when you go abroad, you will definitely make it. So they think, going abroad is like, you're going to get money, you can pick money on the street.
Pluck money from trees and all that.
Pluck money from the trees, but that's not what it is. It's a different world entirely.
Wow.
A white man cannot come and say, hey, Ife, I'm giving you $500 or stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But here in Nigeria, someone can just decide to give you money, but it doesn't happen on the other side of the world.
But there are tips, for some people who possibly work. I see that in the movies.
That's if you're working.
Okay.
And it's you're just being generous. Okay. And this perspective of people coming abroad and making it, hitting it big, I'm not trying to criticize Nigerians. Like, I live in America, and America is a land of opportunities. A lot of opportunities. You can decide to go to school, get a job. If you don't want to go to school, you can still get a job to work in a factory. You can still get a job to work anywhere. You can be whatever you want to be in America. That's one good thing about America. And I always tell my friends that America is a country where a child of a nobody can become somebody without even knowing anybody.
Wow.
So which means the opportunity is there. It's just for you to utilize it and then become whatever you want to be.
Yeah, I once had an interview with a certain author, and he told me that he went to America on visa lottery, and he didn't know anybody, but makes $1,000 from speaking to people in just under 1 hour. That's just how merit works in the land of opportunities, and you've re-echoed that as well. Now let's also talk about some of the things that have happened to Nigerians in some foreign countries. Of course, about the wave of xenophobia in South Africa.
Okay.
Now, did it cross your mind that South Africa may not just be the only place where that happens? Do you think that it's time for people, especially Nigerians in other countries, to start thinking home more and more?
Well, it is always good to think home. Like me, I always think, whenever I'm back in the United States, I always think home, because I was born here, and I'm rooted here. I'm just trying to integrate myself into the system.
I remember you now from Unizik days.
Thank you very much.
Newscaster.
Yes. And can you imagine someone that's I was an art student here, an English student, and I have to go to the United States and then change, and I have to go into science to become a nurse and stuff like that. But that's by the way.
Wow.
Talking about xenophobia and stuff like that. I don't have a Nigerian friend abroad because of their character, their attitude, and what they do. Isn't
that a sort of stereotype? Because I do know that they are very quality Nigerians as well. Maybe you haven't met them.
Well, I have met some people that are doing really good in America, but I must be honest with you, and I'm sorry, don't get me wrong, but 90% of Nigerians living abroad are into fraud and drugs. Okay? You see them saying, there was a friend of mine that called me and said, hey, Emeka, why are you killing yourself working when you can actually pick money? Because people all over the world, they contact me. I don't even know how they got my number. So then they come on Facebook, they chat me up and tell me, hey, there's this client I want to pay in some money. They need an American account for them to pay in the money, stuff like that. But I discourage them and I tell them, I don't do search. This is a country where I've built my reputation. This is a country that made what I am today. So I want to be a responsible man and contribute my quota to the society and see, you see what I'm saying? But a lot of people want to go into fraud. They want to get easy money, they want to make easy money. They're frauding people of their livelihood, they're frauding people of their hard-earned money. It's really, really disheartening. So I don't support that, but unfortunately 90% of Nigerians are into that.
Okay, now what's the way forward? I mean, what would you say to people that are projecting Nigeria in negative light like you've described now? What's your word to them?
Well, I would tell them to have a rethink, change their mindsets, because most people don't want to work. In America, whatever money you make, if you make $1, you earn it. You see what I mean? But a lot of people, when they got the visa or the whatever, maybe the lottery to go there to work, get a job and do something, when they get there, they become something else. They want to go into fraud, they want to do a lot of things to get quick money, but not knowing that the system won't allow you to do that, because one day they will definitely catch you. Okay. But the question is, when are they going to catch you?
But you already mentioned that the system is well framed such that no matter how long evil continues,
they will definitely, yes.
But then, isn't there something in the system as well that encourages people to do the wrong things? Because people can't know, perhaps, that there are good ways to do, to make ends meet, and you're telling me that over 90% are still going the wrong way. So is there something systemic that is pushing this negative tendency?
Well, I think it's their mindset. Because in America, you see adverts everywhere, they need people to come and work. On TV, everywhere, they're hiring people, and most people don't want to work. They don't want to give. Why would I be? A friend of mine said, "Why would they be paying me $12 an hour for what? Why would I be earning $15 an hour when I can make about $100,000 in 2 weeks?" You see what I'm saying? So that is the problem: greed.
All right, you're still watching the Lights TV show, and I'm still speaking with Mr. Emeka Nwokolo right here in Oka, and we are still discussing life abroad and why it's important to define your purpose, whether you're living in Nigeria or abroad. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stay with us.